Hello Verbal Pals, my special VPs. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, my name is Dr. Emasi. Here we talk about questions and solutions to real life issues and stories. Hello, today I want to talk about victim mentality and why it is dangerous or why it is unhealthy to have this type of mentality. Now, what is victim mentality? Victim mentality is when someone looks at themselves as a victim, no matter what the situation is, no matter what they face and who they face. They always just automatically assume that they are the victim. So they validate whatever happens to them by pointing the finger on or putting the responsibility of what people have done or how life has happened to them on other things rather than themselves. They don't look inward, they look outward, and everything is someone else's fault. The world is out to get them. They don't ever hold themselves accountable for anything. So changes that they can make to avoid situations like this from happening to them will not occur, because first of all, you cannot change what you don't know, what you have not acknowledged that is wrong or that you need to improve on. You really cannot change it. Even when people are pointing it out to you, you have to look inward and get to where you have this aha moment and say, okay, in order for this not to happen again, this is what I need to do. And then you do that, right? You improve yourself. Just don't go through life never improving. As you're getting old, you're evolving. Technology is evolving, advancing. You as a person is supposed to be doing the same thing. You go through life, 10 years of your life, you should have evolved, you should have grown to become a better person, a better version of yourself. But people who have victim mentality, chances of them growing or outgrowing this, if someone never brings it to their attention that this is what they do, then, or if they never receive therapy or treatment, or even just teach themselves that this is what they do, then they will always have this mentality and they will never grow. Now, this is not to say that people are not victimized and people are not victims of other people, like abusive people or circumstances in life. Yes, we are victims. Sometimes we have been victimized, but you don't put yourself in that place. You don't remain in that place of a victim. Usually, when people talk about surviving abuse, they don't want to consider themselves as victims of abuse. So there's this language, you have to say you are a survivor of abuse, meaning that you're not allowing the abuse or the abuser to keep you in one place and stop you from growing, where whenever you talk about the abuser, you cry, you break down, you know, all the emotions come back, you're still a victim. So the way for you to get your power back is never to put your blame on others. The minute you start putting your blame on yourself, you start looking inward and see how you're going to grow and never allow this to happen again, that's when you're no longer a victim, and that's when you've taken your power back. So you have to self-correct, but keep in mind, do not over self-correct, because sometimes some people try to self-correct or self-adjust and they over self-correct. So let's say they don't trust people and now they don't ever trust. No matter how trustworthy someone is, they will never trust that person. That's like overcorrecting. So you have to have a balance, okay? So let me talk about some of the things that people who have victim mentality do and how it affects people negatively, how it's not a good thing. Now, people who have victim mentality can end up developing anxiety, where automatically something is happening, they just feel like, oh, it's happening to them, it's personal. They can become very scared. They can become obsessed with what people are doing to them, or how people are talking to them, or how life is treating them. And they just assume that, oh yes, I'm a victim, this is what always happens. So they try to validate their thoughts by anything that's happening. They have to validate it, because if they don't, then they're wrong. So they have to accept that, yes, this person is out to get me, life is out to get me, I'm just a victim, oh poor me. You know, people with victim mentality are extreme in their thoughts. They always have a reason why a solution will not work. A lot of times they're usually very negative. So even if there is a solution to a problem, they always just see that it's not going to work because they're a victim and they're always going to be victimized and bad things are always going to happen to them. They are also quick to judge others because of this victim mentality. When someone is behaving or saying something, they can easily just assume that this person is out to get them. They're always on the defensive, like, oh, someone is trying to attack them, even if someone is just trying to help them. They see things, like when people say things to them or try to correct them about things, they automatically just go into this defense mode where they think that, oh, someone is trying to attack them. And some of them will go to the extreme of having this self-pity and going on a pity party where they're just going around talking about what has happened to them for people to have this pity on them. They're often angry and resentful because they feel like, again, it all goes to this, their thought process of people are out to get them and people are attacking them. Life is out to get them. Walking around with a chip on their shoulder. They can also be very depressive. They can be depressed and sad, and that's not a good place to be. So this is why having this victim mentality is very dangerous. It's not good. It's not healthy. Even if you have gone through things in life, you have experienced hardship and abuse, you don't remain in this place, because as long as you remain in that place where you see yourself as a victim, you don't have any power. You give your power to the abuser, or you give your power to the life that is happening to you. You need to take your power back, and you need to see yourself as a survivor, as a strong person. You need to see yourself as someone who is going through life, and everybody's experiencing ups and downs in life. You're not the only one. So don't put yourself in that place where you think that you're a victim, and no matter what happens in life, something bad is going to happen and people are going to treat you a certain kind of way. That's not a good mentality to have. How do people develop this, by the way? Victim mentality is a learned behavior. It's something that you learn from childhood. You just go through life learning all these bad habits. You never really learned how to correct yourself and grow and become a better person, or how to put some responsibility on yourself. So if it is the learned behavior, it means that you can overcome it. You can unlearn it, learn the healthy way of going through life, and come out of it. And this will be very beneficial, not only for you, but also for the people around you. Because let's be honest, who wants to be around someone who always has this victim mentality, who is always going to point the finger? If you say A to them, they're going to point the finger to you, and they could be very mean and they will just hit below the belt. Even if you don't mean to offend them, they will offend you and offend you 10 times harder. So who wants to be around people like that? It's not fair to the people around someone who has a victim mentality at all. So to do yourself a favor, if you think that you're one of those who is always pointing the blame on people, or one of those who, whenever they call you out on something, you're so quick to defend yourself and call other people out rather than just dealing with that thing that they called you out on, then you have a victim mentality. If you're one of those who's always going out there talking about all the people that have hurt you, and you just endless talking about them, like you never talk about what you did wrong or what you can improve about yourself or how you can adjust or learn from other people, you're not willing to learn anything. You just feel like you know it all. You have a victim mentality. So that's what I'm talking about, and it's not good. It's not healthy. You need to come out of it, get your power back, see yourself as a survivor rather than a victim, and don't look at everything that happens to you as life is out to get you or people are out to get you. It's not like that. Life happens to everybody, and bad people happen to everybody, believe it or not. So that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for listening. I will see you next time. Please don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like and share this video. Thank you so much for watching to the end. Bye.